This episode of Says Who is brought to you by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. That's our Patreon, where pretty much every Sunday, though, spoiler alert, not this Sunday, this coming Sunday, because Maureen is in the tropics, not the tropics. and it's my birthday weekend, so no working. Anyway, most every Sunday, you get this all over again. You get me and Maureen doing a thing we call the Town Watch, which is available to you if you give it the $5 or $10 a month level. It's a half an hour. It's looser. It's a lot of fun. There's also like 250 of them, so it's like your own very long running podcast that's only available to people that buy it anyway. $5-10. That $10 also gets you a sticker in the mail every month because you become a member of the Says Who Sticker Club. Everyone is a banger, is well worth it.
They are.
And either level helps make this whole thing happen. All of that's available to you at patreon.com/sayswho.
You guys, the holiday season, she upon us.
She's the holiday season.
It's the holiday season. She's upon us. And You're the Detective is a great, I don't want to just be this person, but if I got it, I'd be pretty happy. Like I'd be very happy with it. So if you have and I think it's someone of any age, like kids are actually also enjoying it. So, I mean, it's really in all ages, like have a murder mystery. It's, and it's also very,
give it to your
people
baby.
like it.
They can chew on it. It's hardback.
Give the book to your baby. Give it to your baby.
Can I tell you a first-person experience about this, Maureen Johnson?
You were kind of telling me.
Janice bought this book for her sister, whose birthday is actually on Halloween, but was in town this weekend. And so I was at a falafel joint with Janice and her sister's family, which is like 2 adult children and a husband. And she opened it up and went, "Oh, wow." And then one of the kids grabbed it and was like, "Wow." And then everyone was amazed by how beautiful it was. And every single person was like, "I want to read this." So there you go. What you speak is not just author conjecture, but witnessed truth.
We have heard
a good gift.
From the reps that have taken the book out across the country, they're like, it sort of needs to be seen. They're like, we described it and they were into it. And then they showed it to them and they were like, holy shit, this is amazing. So and they're like, and then I sold like 14 of them on the spot. Like it was, so people sometimes want to describe, I'm like, it's a dossier and then my friend drew out the pictures for it. It doesn't kind of convey what it is. It's a dossier mystery.
Might be the delivery that is an issue there.
Wait, hold on. Let me try it. This is how I explain it. Each book is a dossier mystery in the 1930s. And took the dossier, it's like a crime file. But instead of photograph, my friend Jay, he drew out the pictures for it. So it's a picture. It's got pictures.
Yeah, see, I think that's just not selling it well.
But no, it's you solved the murder. It's got an envelope in the back. It's got a sticker on it. My friend Jay made the sticker too. My friend Jay made the end paper. It's got the pictures in it.
Found the issue.
It's a dossier. What?
It's just you're not selling it with conviction.
Oh, all right. How about Truly Devious? Truly Devious is a mystery book. It's got, it's a first. It's about detective and Steve Bell. It's also detective.
I think you need to punch that up a little bit.
I have spoken at so many conferences. Hello, everybody. It's at Morning House. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah. I think
you got 2 timelines that take place in the past and the present. A lot of my books have that.
Really
Truly Devious has that too. So you're saying it's the audience's problem?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying it's them.
Hey, all my books, Truly Devious. A lot of exciting stuff going on with Truly Devious right now.
Oh, really?
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, that's exciting.
Get on board. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if you would like to buy
if you want to read a mystery, if you want to buy my books, you can get them in bookshop.org. Kick Bezos in the balls. And that way you
can go to kickbezosintheballs.org. That's our own little bookshop where you can get quick links to Maureen's books. You can also get any other book you want. And you're not supporting a monster. So that's handy. All of that is available at kickbezosintheballs.org. While you're buying things on the internet, you can go to merch.sayswhopodcast.com, where we have a whole swath of Says Who merchandise available for you. And I would also love if you mosey on over to dansinker.com/follow and signed up for my little newsletter that I send out. It's not really a newsletter. It's really just the posts that I write every week or so sent to you. So you don't got to go cruising the internet where you might see bad things. Instead, comes in safe to your inbox. dansinker.com/follow. The internet is full of bad
if you
things.
would like a little message from Dan, you do dansinger.com. He sends you a message. Say, hi, I'm Dan. This is my message. It's in your inbox. It's an email. It says you want that, you get to dansinker.com.
Okay.
See that? I'm selling it. Then take my example. Come on, let's sell this. Hey, I'm pretty. I'm Dan Sinker. I have a beard. I write stuff. I live in Chicago, and I like to tacos and I like to write stuff. I hate Nazis and have a beard. Have I mentioned it? There you go. See? This is how it's done.
You did it. You've done it.
I did it.
We should probably start this episode.
Okay,
6 minutes in.
Welcome to Says Who, the podcast. It's not a podcast. It's not a podcast.
You're really doing this. It's a coping strategy. Yeah. I am Dan Sinker.
And I'm Maureen Johnson.
Okay.
I want to not do that anymore.
Are you done now? Oh my God.
I'm done.
Is this out of your system?
I'm finished.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, I'm done.
Did we just start the episode?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Dan, come on. Do I need to give you my lesson again on how to really pump it up?
No, you've very firmly given that
people
lesson
are done?
already.
All right, great.
I think people are done. Maureen Johnson, we are recording this episode.
How about this? Wait.
What?
Buy my books and I won't do you want me to stop doing the voice? You got to buy my books.
Well, it's a good thing that you're working out the voice because we are recording this episode quite early in the morning, my time. We started recording at 8:30 in the morning on Tuesday for this Wednesday episode because tonight, I believe, or later today, you are getting on an airplane and flying to Iceland for a book festival where hopefully you won't be muttering your way through a panel.
Hey, everybody.
So we're getting this one out of the way because you got things to do. You got bags to pack.
My bag is packed, but I used a medium-size big rolly, and then I said to Oscar, you got to get the big one out. Because while this one is fully packed, I need to bring more books. And there's no way I'm not coming home with like an Icelandic sweater for somebody. You know what I mean?
Like, you're definitely going to have one of those big sweaters.
But then, everybody, I'm going to Iceland Noir. If you're in any listening distance of Iceland, get there. Good place. It is amazing, the stuff that we're going to be doing. So
what is listening distance to Iceland? Are we talking about
anything?
Greenland? If you're on Greenland, if you're on a boat.
If you're on Earth, you're on listening distance from Iceland, and the prices are pretty good. Get to Iceland. I've always wanted to go. The fact that we're going in November, it causes me some trepidation, but I'm excited.
It's good.
We're going to be landing. Our flight is at 7:30 tonight, and we land at what will be like 1 a.m. our heads, but 6:30 in the morning in Iceland, which will be dark, and it will remain dark until like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So it will be dark, and so we won't know what's going on. And we are going directly, because we don't have a hotel yet, to the Blue Lagoon, because it's sort of between the airport and the hotel. So we're going to, that's our chance to go see that. We're going to do a free float where you just float and the nice Icelandic person comes over and tells you, you're not sinking. I love that. It's just a service thing where you can float with a bunch of people and they have little floaties on, but You just let go and completely float, and they just, there's someone there to supervise.
Okay.
Then we'll get into Reykjavik, and
I like
then the
how
fun
you
kicks
describe
off.
it like you're on a acid trip in the late 60s where somebody's like, they're there to supervise.
They're sitters. Yeah. They do say it's a little bit like being in a flotation tank, except you're completely out in the wild and like in the Blue Lagoon, and
yeah.
You can just completely submit to the, and just relax in the water, and it relaxes your joints because it's the really good lagoon, hot spring, sulfur water. And there's a mask bar. Everybody gets to put masks, mud masks or silica masks on, and you can walk around in a bathrobe. I cannot imagine a better way of being confused after you get off a plane than that.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be very strange.
Bus right from the airport. You just get on there and it goes right to the lagoon.
I love it.
That's a better way to live. There's lagoon. They're like every town has a lagoon. Like everybody has like a local hot spring that they go in. There's some in the middle of Reykjavik. And we'll be in Reykjavik.
Everyone has figured out a better way to live than us.
That really is something that comes through. That there's hot springs everywhere. There's complete literacy. So yes, we'll be in Reykjavik. I'm going to be meeting a lot of other writers. And some amazing people coming. George R. R. Martin, the creator of Squid Game, whose name just temporarily escapes me. Richard Armitage, the actor, former First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, for some reason will be there. Sure. Emily St. John Mantell. Yes. Sorry, my brain is dead.
When you said the creator of Squid Game, it took my brain this long to realize you weren't talking about the creator of Squidward, the SpongeBob SquarePants character.
He will also be there. The creator of Squidward will be there. Just so many. Hildur. So one of the people that has been really helping me out and that I've been talking to a lot is Icelandic writer Hildur Knutsdottir. And now that's part of the problem is like I know their names intimately now, but I don't know how to pronounce Knutsdottir. But Hildur, who has a dog named Oogie that we hope to meet. But our schedule is kind of amazing. Like they told us only sort of yesterday what all the events are.
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Panels, one-on-ones, but then also they're like, oh, the Ministry of Culture is inviting you personally to come and look at these ancient Icelandic books. They'll take you around.
I love it.
It's like, cool. And then they're like, we get another invite. Like, the president of Iceland is inviting you. Oh, you're formally invited by the president of Iceland.
Oh, sure.
To come and meet her. And I don't know if it's I don't know what the first house of Iceland is, but so we're going to meet the president of Iceland on Friday night.
That's pretty sweet.
So yeah, it's I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of days. I will come back and be like, because we keep trying to say, can we sneak out of town to like see the black sand beaches or, a waterfall or a geyser. And we're going to try to see the Northern Lights. But we don't know we don't know what the schedule is. So we're going to just try our best to see. But I think we might be able to see the Northern Lights just from Reykjavik.
I would guess if they're out, they'll be visible wherevs.
But you really get to see it if you're like out in the middle of the ice flow or whatever. And then there's I feel this is a very short trip where it's really 3.5 days. So
that's quick.
Obviously, I'm going to want to go back and actually do Iceland properly. But this is my little toe dip into the cold and also hot waters of Iceland.
I did a talk in Athens, Greece a few years ago. And I flew in and I got like to Athens like mid to late afternoon, and I kind of like jumped out and just ran around, and then I gave the talk, and then I think I flew home later that day or the next morning, and I'm still like, why the fuck did I do? Like, I should have given myself a couple of days and then have it. But But 3.5 days, that's quick.
Yeah.
And I think they'll probably schedule you heavily because they're,
I think we know the schedule now, but I believe there is a day because we left one full day, what we thought was one full day to go and do a thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to take as much as we can of Saturday and be like, do you have any tours that leave at like noon? Like, is there anywhere we can go? That,
I mean, it's not that big a place. So yeah, I think the answer is yes.
But I think a lot of the tours leave in the morning. If you want to go and do the South Coast or whatever, we're just going to do our best. Or we're going to stay in Reykjavik and look at ancient books. And
that sounds great too.
I'm so excited. And maybe we can get some healthcare while we're there. Dan?
Just get it done. Yeah.
I have to bring up today's main thing already.
Oh, okay. We're only
unless you want to tell me. Okay, then you tell me a story.
I was going to tell you a story about your mayoral candidate loser, Curtis Sliwa.
You do not call Curtis he's not a loser. He's just
who I read an article, you talking about trying to get some health care. I read an article about how he was like, yeah, I went to London once and I got stabbed in the face and it was great because I went to the hospital and, they stitched me up and everything. And I was like, okay, well, what do I pay you? And they just said it was free. He's like, and that made me really think that maybe, national health is a good idea. I appreciate that every story about that from that dude is about being shot or stabbed or his cats. That guy knows who he is.
He's sort of like you in that respect, Dan. You're like, I like punk, I like tacos, I like activism.
Yeah.
I like beards.
Yeah, but none of my stories are about getting shot or stabbed.
I like Disney.
A surprisingly large number of them. Yeah, so you've already described far more things than he has in his interest column. Shot, stab, cats, that's it.
They just did a pretty good imitation of him on SNL. I have to say that in the debate, all his answers were, well, obviously my answer would be that the Yakuza cut my penis off and fed it to me. It's amazing how people don't think that medicine. I was raised to believe as the child of I sent Dan a photograph of what I found in my dad's car, which I knew they were there. They are 2 compact discs called Patriotic Music 1, Patriotic Music 2.
They are 2 burned CDs.
Burned CDs,
2 compact disc describes that he has now. That's what I call patriotism, Volume 1, right? No, it's these are burned CDRs, like you made in the 90s.
When 9/11 happened, one of the first things my parents did was send me a list of patriotic songs that they wanted put on a CD.
Amazing.
They're
and
like,
these were those same CDs still kicking around the car?
No, because it said my father's name. I don't think those were the ones I did. I think he asked someone else to do it because I may have been I have other things to do, but I think I did something for them, but I think that he repeated that request later. And it's literally just songs with the word America in the title.
Sure.
And military songs, but then also Born in the USA or James Brown, Living in America or, whatever. Literally my father toots around with burned CDs full of patriotic music in his car.
Yeah.
So that's the house I was raised in, Dan.
Yeah.
A lot of rules about the flag.
Yeah.
So I was raised to believe they're like, oh, those systems, you just wait forever for an operation and then you die. They're all sad and they all want to be us. And it's true that there are sometimes wait times in those systems, partially because various governments go in and defund them. Like the Tories will be like, we're going to take money away from the NHS, and they'll be like, see, it doesn't work. Nice NHS you have here. Turns out that when you fund the system, it works. And when you defund it, it doesn't work.
Strange how that works.
But yes, Oscar has lived. Oscar's family has lived. Oscar's father was just in the hospital for 2 weeks where they gave him every test known to humankind because it's a functioning system that just works. And we have been fed this weird bill of goods about, oh no, don't you understand? You have to let it be free and open. And by free and open, we mean completely controlled by a company.
Yeah.
No, if you don't understand, Freedom is a for-profit company running it because they'll have their own interests at heart. That's why we pay more and get less than anywhere.
Yeah, a lot less.
That's why insulin costs thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
That is why medications that have been around for decades and cost pennies to make cost shit tons of money.
Yeah.
That is why people turn away treatment because it's too expensive.
And that is why, defying everyone's expectations, Democrats shut the government down for 40 days to hold out for a minor improvement. Not even an improvement, just a reversion to the status quo of subsidizing ACA payments for tens of millions of Americans. It almost felt like they were maybe standing for something, Maureen. And I know both you and I personally get those ACA subsidies.
They do.
So they weren't just standing for something. They were standing up for us.
Yeah. Dan and I are directly using those subsidies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we both buy that insurance.
Yeah. And a lot of people, this was not an easy run. You know, the many federal workers were laid off or furloughed. Folks that receive SNAP benefits suddenly saw their November food dry up. You know, communities turned out to replace that food for folks. Air traffic is insane right now, but they were holding out for a cause. Until Maureen, they weren't.
Dan, I need to take a little bit of a breath. This was not exactly like the Trump being elected moment where I just passed out.
Yeah.
But it was like a mini version of it where I just said, I'm done with these people. In every way, I'm done with them. I've been done with them, but now I'm really done with them in a way that is like, we are broken up.
Yeah.
The fact that, and I keep mentioning this, just this little anecdote of mine, I mean, other people have better ones, of me going to Albany to lobby against book banning and hear all of our reps and the people working for the reps saying, oh, it's never going to be Mom Donnie. It's, they're crazy. It's going to be Cuomo. What are people doing? That's so ridiculous. And I was like, wow, these people have no fucking idea. They have no fucking idea. Every single person said that. Not one person thought he was a viable candidate or was going to win, or he was like, oh, people are so stupid.
Well, and that was like a month ago, 2 months ago. Wasn't that long ago that you went and did that?
It was either late spring, early summer.
Oh, really?
He'd already, it was a while ago, but it was
did that. Where does the time go?
But they were so out of it. And they are so fucking useless. They wouldn't even stand behind him. They do nothing.
Yeah.
They do nothing. Every time they seem to have a good idea. Yeah. Every time they're like, let's run Biden. Okay. For fuck's sake. And then they're like, well, okay, he's left. Now we're going to run Harris. And then for, 1 week or 2 weeks, they actually were they let all the kids out of the basement who were like, we know how to talk and do stuff. And let's actually campaign for things. And they were doing great. And then all the other Democrats rolled in and said, we'll take over from here, guys. We know what we're doing.
Yeah, let the professionals in. Yeah.
Professional Democrats. Somebody on Blue Sky, I'm quoting you. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. It may be a common phrase. Republicans will kill you. Democrats will let them do it. That is where we're at.
Yeah.
My fury kind of I turned into the woman from Clue. It was like flames on the sides of my face. Like I just didn't have the words. I was just kind of flaming at my face. Like it's so they were winning. They have all the signs that the momentum is behind them. Yeah. People are like, we're doing this. You have to take a stand. You have to do something positive. You have to take an action. You have to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight. And they fought for 40 days, and we were all amazed. And the momentum was there. And then they said, what if we just gave up?
For
nothing.
For nothing. For
nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing. For nothing.
They're
like, but don't worry. We super double dog promised that we would have a talk with them in December about it, you guys.
Yeah. We got a promise that they'll hold a vote in the Senate only on ACA extensions in December. Now, a few things there. One, yeah, okay, that and nothing is also nothing. But more so, the ACA open enrollment ends December 15th.
Yes.
And you have to pay your first month's premium in December for your January 1st thing. So holding a vote on potentially extending the subsidies in December is already too late. I mean, all of this shit happening now, November 1st was when these numbers came out. People are just starting to kind of take a look and realizing that, not only if you were, so the thing is the ACA is not going away, right? Like that's important to note. And subsidies are also not going away. What's going away is the extended subsidies that were passed in 2020. Which made it so that a lot more people qualified for the subsidies, and thusly your health insurance costs went down. The thing that's truly wild about the subsidies as they existed before the extension is that there's just a hard stop at a certain dollar amount. And so if you make $1 over that, the subsidy goes away completely. You might have $1,200, for like my family, we get about $1,200 worth of subsidies on like a $2,600 plan a month. I want for non-American listeners to realize the numbers I'm talking about are a month.
Monthly. Yeah.
And if we make $1 over the amount that is in place in our region, then all of that subsidy goes away. So there's this hard cliff that exists in the original ACA that they fixed with this extension. But, the way they did it to get it through was to have them expire this year. And with the previous almost government shutdown, there was there was an acknowledgement that they were going to expire. That really would have been the point to extend them. And so the Democrats, there are any number of things to take a stand over. For some reason, they chose this one, which personally I benefit from. So thanks, I guess. But they decided with this continuing resolution on budget shit, to take a stand on it and say we weren't going to pass it until then, which was honestly remarkable. People were thrilled about it. They got behind it. Then, they started, November 1st came around and you started to actually see like, oh, wow. So not only are the subsidies down, but because insurance companies, which again, for non-American listeners are for profit, they recognized that with the subsidy extension expiring, people were going to drop out of the system. And so they raised all of their rates by, state to state. But like in Illinois, rates went up about 20%. Other states, they went up much more than that. So not only are you seeing like, oh shit, this is what it looks like if I don't have the subsidies, but you're also seeing just generally like, oh shit, this plan is more expensive than it was. My plan, the actual dollar amount of my plan doesn't change. That is if I continue to qualify for the subsidy. But now it goes from a $3,000 a year deductible to a $4,000 a year deductible. Mm-hmm. So while the monthly payment doesn't change, the actual experience changes. Every copay has gone up like $20, so the whole thing is more expensive with or without the subsidies. Without the subsidies, I genuinely don't know what we're going to do. But yeah, it is. Anyway, they held out. And then they didn't. And they got nothing. Nothing for it. I've had people in my mentions be like, that's not true. They got SNAP restored, and they got a commitment to the people that got furloughed that they'll get their back pay. And I'm like, but those were things that happened because of the shutdown.
Yes.
Had they agreed on day one to nothing, none of those things would have happened. And so getting them back would not be a win.
It's like, well, we hit the light switch and the lights came back on.
Yeah. Like, that's not a win. I'm sorry. Getting things back that got taken away because you took a stand isn't the win. The win was what you took a stand for. And the larger win was that they were taking a stand at all, and that they were actually landing blows and creating true worry in the Republican Party, which has not existed for a while. But how about instead we just find 8 people that are either retiring or pieces of shit, and then we just vote it through? One of whom is my fucking senator, Dick Durbin, who's retiring. I left him a voicemail. My favorite thing about Dick Durbin's voicemail is that it works business hours. If you call outside of business hours, they'd like to leave a voicemail, call back between 8 and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, I left him a message and I said, I'd like to tell him to go fuck himself.
Dan, I'm looking at a blue sky skeet from Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Ugh, yeah.
Do I trust them? No, but they are in a terrible position, and we can use this in the next few weeks to turn the pressure up even further. I don't even know where to begin with that level of nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. We're totally giving in this time, but we're going to really talk to them in December when we have no leverage at all.
Yeah. I think that same thread talks about, because this whole continuing resolution is only till January 30th. Like, this is this is the kind of crazy shit that we're doing now, which is like the government runs for like 2 months or 3 months, and then we got to do this all over again. And what they're saying is like, well, the January 30th one, we've really got leverage then. And it's like, I'm not going to hold my breath for you this time.
How? What's the theory on that? Seriously, do you know what they stated what their theory is on that? What's the theory of the case?
The best that I've been able to sort is that SNAP will be funded. And so that part won't be able to be kind of used as a real blunt object bargaining chip. But beyond that, I don't know why their hand is stronger after capitulating twice. Well, let's see. This time we'll mean it.
The sooner this is from his thread.
Yeah.
The sooner we get past internal recriminations and back to fighting. In other words, let's stop criticizing.
Stop blaming me. Yeah.
The better off we all are, and the likelier our victory next November, because that's what matters. Not actually getting stuff done. No one's feelings are wrong. That's not my point. No one's feelings are wrong, Dan. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're in a real battle against a corrupt and malevolent foe with huge stakes. We must win. Okay. All right, Frodo. Sure. We have to. We have to restore the one true ring, I guess.
How? What's the fucking plan? Like,
yeah. What's your fucking plan?
We're in a battle against a true malevolent evil, but we're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, and the way we win is by giving in.
Right.
No, my dudes. It's been so clear for so long, and it only becomes sharper and clearer. And that I don't know what to say anymore. That the answer is not with any of these people.
No.
It's just a question of how bought you are, how cooked you are.
Yeah.
And that is why everyone obviously is freaking the fuck out about our mayoral election, because someone came in with a plan.
Right.
You may not like the plan. You may not think the plan is feasible. You may think he's taking big shots. Good. Take big shots. And by the way, the big shots are like, make the buses free for people.
Yeah.
Well, impossible. However, will we do it?
As an infrequent visitor to New York City, I am most hanging on his promise of a return to $8 halal chicken and rice. That's one of my favorite of all of his. I want that. I want that right now.
Sometimes you walk around. It was cold. I stopped and was like, I'm going to get a coffee because I am cold. I had to do a errand where I walked all the way across town. And frequently that's what happens. Like you're walking and you're like, I've been walking for 45 minutes and I'm cold. I'm going to get a hot drink. And you go in and you buy a coffee and you're like, oh, it's $10. Like it just hits you every once in a while. Like, oh, I just went to buy a coffee and it was $10.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't quite expecting that, but that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah.
You walk out the door and it's $10. Like or you try to buy like a sandwich and it's,
Yeah.
But there's like a restaurant, like a little cafe that's like, we're doing a special to support people that are furloughed and whatever. And it's like, you can get, and it was like a main approach, like a fish and something or whatever. And they're like, and how much do you think the special, like this is the recession, if you need it special?
I'm supposed to guess $10.
15.
Yeah.
Which kind of feels like the price you'd pay anyway. Maybe.
I would like to think.
This is our bargain basement, like you're in need special, and it's $15.
Yeah, that's not really sustainable.
And also like our healthcare is like, it's just getting, when he's like, it's not affordable, like people can't afford to live here. That's real.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And it has absolutely skyrocketed. So like I said, when I was on the phone several months ago with a friend of mine who works in a very intense field about interpersonal violence. And she said the words, "Where is our Project 2025?"
Right.
She's like, there are so many smart people out there with ideas and plans that would help write the plan. She's like, I would help write the plan. Everyone I know would help write the plan. There is no plan. I feel like that's the thing we have to keep saying over and over again. Every single thing they say is only defensive to get us where we are so far beyond the bare minimum. We are so underneath it. We are 15 feet underground, and they're like, but we will try to get it to the point where we are only 13 feet underground. Like, it's just we're still underground. You fucks.
Right. The battle that they are fighting poorly is simply to maintain a status quo that is not working.
That is terrible. They're not even doing that.
Right. The thing that Mamdani did was give people an opportunity to dream, right? Give people an opportunity to actually voice a vision of a positive life and a positive outcome for a place and a people that he very clearly loved. You know, like that is what he did, you know, and you know, reaching back to 2008 Obama, that is what he did very, very well. You know, he gave people permission to say, hey, you know what, things could be better. Now, there's plenty of, you know, it's been long enough from there to say, did that work or not? We, you know, but that's what we are.
You have to go towards things.
Yeah. You have to give people a vision that they want to live in. That's the whole, to me, that's the whole point.
Give us $7 and we'll try and fail to make it just a little less terrible.
Right. Or we'll just try to keep it the level of terrible that it currently is.
Right. Because they're also condescending, you know, telling, I mean, the Republican Party is beneath contempt. We don't need to even address them.
Yes.
It's, you know, people like Feinstein telling kids or voters, like, you don't know what you're talking about when they come to talk about the climate. Telling people, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how these things work.
Yeah.
They're like, well, the earth is dying and everything is too expensive to live and we have no health care.
Yeah.
Well, we have it, but we're going to be priced out of it and then people are going to drop out. The system will collapse.
Right.
The ACA as it stands, the market will collapse because people won't be able to use it.
Right. I mean, even people that get employer supplied healthcare are seeing the new rates and they are up because you were talking about a potential shock to the system of millions of people leaving it all at once. And so they have to make their profits elsewhere. So now it will go back to employer-based systems. And, or they will, you know, they will raise the rates on that because that's some guaranteed money for them. It's, we need people that actually, as you have said, have a plan and articulate that plan and get people excited about that plan.
And also the fact in his speech, he referenced Eugene Debs out loud.
Yeah.
Like he said stuff out loud. It's like, oh, daring. How daring. Why? She's showing her ankles. You know, it's so.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm so.
You know, I share a publisher with Eugene Debs now. That's pretty fucking cool.
Dan is trying to write his book and also save the world while he's doing it. It's
not the world, just Chicago. Doing what I can.
It's more than a little, you know, as we are all tooting along in the background. I've been saying tooting a lot today. Dan, like the city of Chicago is in a battle. The Battle of Chicago is actually going on.
Yeah. Everywhere, all at once. You never know you never know which day is going to be your day, but it's definitely going to be your day.
Dan, why is there not more coverage of the Battle of Chicago?
Great question. Well, there's never any coverage about anything that doesn't happen in New York or LA. That would be the main reason. But, the flip could be said, why is there not more coverage of the fact that that ICE and Border Patrol and the feds never stopped hitting LA? Yeah, they I talked about this on the Town Watch, but on Friday I went on a walk. I was like, I'm just going on a walk. I've been really stressed out. I'm going to give myself an hour this morning to go on a walk and just be kind of alone in my thoughts, move my body, reconnect, and come back and get some work done. And within 10 minutes of being out, I suddenly heard in the distance, honking in the distance. I'm like, okay, that's a problem. And started walking toward the honking and realized, oh, this is actually coming from the corner. I was like walking along, there's a canal that cuts through and there's like kind of green space on either side of the canal. And it was like at the corner where there was a bridge over the canal. And there was a lot of honking. And then I heard whistling and then I was like, fuck. So then I started running toward the whistling and threw my whistle in my mouth. And I'm just like running, whistling. And then I spent 2 hours fucking on foot watching out for ice. Like that's everyone here now. Like it's literally everyone here now. Like your time will happen. It's just a matter of what day they're going to be in your fucking area. But yeah, there should be nonstop coverage. And it should also be coming from these same elected officials that claim that we are in a battle against a malevolent evil or whatever. Like, guess what, motherfucker? Yeah, we're here doing that. All we've got are fucking whistles and signal chats, and we're fucking doing the job. That's literally all we have. They're showing, like, the thing that's so wild to me is, like, that same day that I was chasing them around, they went further north than where I am. And for those of you that don't know kind of Chicago geography, along the lake, the further north you go along the lake, the kind of more wealthy the towns get, the suburban towns get. And there's one town in particular called Kenilworth, which at one point was, I believe, the most expensive per capita zip code in the country. I think that was replaced by Atherton, California, which is where like VCs and people from Facebook live. But it's still a very, very wealthy time. They went into fucking Kenilworth and started grabbing landscapers. And there are videos of like Kenilworth trophy wives out there, like reading them to filth, being like, get out. Why are you here? Like, get out. And it's like the people that they are radicalizing with this shit is remarkable. Like they are turning everyone against them, including the like, super wealthy people that you would think would at least, I mean, no matter what, you're talking about suburbs of Chicago, every single one of them, even the really wealthy ones, voted Biden. But people that would very happily look the other way, not get involved because they're wealthy, everyone's getting radicalized here by it. And all people are doing is looking out for each other. That's it. That's the whole fucking ball game. We firmly and completely understand that the only ones out here are us.
To that end, I'm going to ask SaysWhovia for some help and suggestions on something. There's a church in the middle of Trenton, New Jersey, in an area of high need. My mother goes to it. They're amazing people. Pastor Renee came to her I invited him and his wife to her tea, and they came. And they're lovely. And this is a high need area. And I have tried to raise money for their food pantry before, and I asked Pastor Renee, and then he said, yeah, this is a real bare bones, like they don't have a website, like they just buy food and hand it out, but they're giving food to a fucking lot of people in this, like they are really they're keeping people alive. My mother, who worked there when they gave lunch and they gave away, they used to do a lunch where she would serve it and people would always come for lunch. She said, I remember giving a man a couple eggs because we had a couple of eggs left over. And this always gets me down. She said he accidentally dropped the eggs like when he was leaving and he just started crying. And it wrecks me every time I think about it. I've helped raise money for this before. I have to talk to Pastor Renee about how I got him the money, but what I need to do is set up like a GoFundMe or something where I can funnel money, because I have to remember how I did it.
Yeah.
So first, basically a good collection point, but more importantly, what services of mine can I sell for money? To try to raise money for like 1 hour Zoom calls. I frequently sell like one-on-one Zooms, signed books, stuff like that. It's a lot of.
I was part of a reading in Chicago last Tuesday, and it was a SaysWhovia there who was like, I did a Zoom call with Maureen last December.
Oh, really? I've only had delightful Zoom calls. They've been so great. I've enjoyed, then they tend to run long because I'm just having so much fun talking to people. I arrive talking, I leave talking. I just show up, and
that's
it's like,
how you
it's
roll.
like you're talking to it's like a blah, 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 blah. But they need food. They have good buying capacity where they can get they have some good discounts, I think, to get bulk items. But they are really, truly keeping people from starving. Also, I really hope to get them pet food.
Yeah.
Because that is a thing that also keeps me awake at night, is the thought of, people are feeding their pets before themselves.
Yeah.
Getting the pets fed. Yes. So if anyone has ideas on that, because I want to start I got to finish my book and do this trip, but also in the background, I got to figure out a good way to raise money to fill the pantry.
Yep.
And I'll talk to Pastor Renee about how we did it, but I know you guys are smart. You might have some ideas about how to fill up the pantry there, because I can tell you that they are not, it's not a big operation. They are literally like, you gave us $1, we bought some spaghetti and we handed the spaghetti out. There's no overhead. There's nothing. So, yeah.
Boom.
That's it.
I mean, the biggest thing right now, the only people that are helping are ourselves. That's it. I have thought a lot about the early pandemic year or two, 2020 into 2021. And the sense of abandonment, that the government basically just kind of left us to sort our shit out, and this is like that. But I've talked about this a few different times now to various people, but these are both traumas that we are all living through, the trauma of COVID, the trauma of what is happening in Chicago right now. And the response is actually, by definition, it is opposite, right? We had to pull away from each other with COVID to make it through. It was very isolating, and it was about, removing down to your smallest numbers because large numbers was dangerous. And the response to this is the opposite. We have to be together as a community. Janice and I have talked about the fact that we've actually lived in our house for a lot longer than we ever thought we would. We've been here 16 years or something. When we first moved in, we were like, well, this is our 5-year house, and then we're probably leaving. And we have never felt closer to our neighbors than right now, because that's the work. That is the only way this works, is for everyone. I mean, the entire concept of the whistle system is that you get fucking whistles into everyone's hands so that everyone operates as a first alert system. You see them, you fucking blow your whistle. Somebody hears that, they blow their whistle. Suddenly everyone's out blowing whistles, and it's interesting because it does feel like some of the wounds of the retreat that COVID required are being healed by this, which is not to say, yay, we're going through another collective trauma, but it is interesting to see how community is pulling together and reforming and rebuilding after so much time apart. That part is actually, because I think that that's then the next thing, right? You talk about what's the plan? Where is this large group? Where is this national level plan? Well, I think the plan is actually this, right? The plan is we are going to fucking figure it out.
What is one thing I've been curious about is you've seen ice and you've seen people whistling.
Yeah.
What is their reaction?
So they don't like it. they like the beeping less than the whistling, because the beeping means that there are cars right behind them, right? Mm-hmm. They are trained enough. They don't often lash out at the people whistling, but they fucking hate it. And especially as a crowd grows, like one person whistling is not much, but as a crowd grows, and this is the whole theory of it, they often take off, because the point of the whistle is to get a bunch of people around. And the point of getting a bunch of people around is either to A, witness what's happening, or B, to create a loud enough din that folks that they were showing up to snatch know to get fucking gone,
Right.
So it greatly hampers their ability to kidnap people.
Do they say things? Do they?
Yeah, they will absolutely yell, talk shit. I mean, it pull guns, which is what they did. They did it here on Halloween, I believe, is when they pulled a gun on people. They were in the little village neighborhood of Chicago this weekend where it was full fucking chaos, and they were pulling guns on people left and right, like they want people to not be doing it. They're not like, oh, this is fine. Right. They tried to argue in court that whistling was impeding law enforcement, and that got shot down. So it is protected speech. But they tried to make the argument that they should be able to arrest anyone that's whistling. But yeah, it's people not, they aren't just like howdy hum. I mean, it is a dangerous business. Right. Getting loud. And that's another reason why you want a crowd, They're less likely to snatch somebody because they have snatched
if there's a giant crowd.
If there's a giant crowd.
Also, I feel like more people, I think I'd like to hear said a lot is, hey, everybody out there in the whole world, someone's got ice in their family, their friend group. Are they coming to your Thanksgiving? No, they're not.
Yeah, for real. No.
Also, if you're not in control of who's inviting them, that's okay. Their plate gets dropped. Their chair is wobbling. They're in the draft. Nobody talks to them. You put your fingers in their food. Stuff gets dropped on it. Shun them.
Yeah.
Shun.
Yep.
Shun Indeed. Ice this Christmas. Shun ice this holiday season. Shun ice this Thanksgiving. Shun them. Shun the fuckers out.
There's there's a Chicago personality he's a comedian, but I think he also does music. His name, or at least his stage name, is Al Scorch, and he has a gorgeous Chicago accent. And he and his partner also run a vintage shop, like vintage clothing shop. And he put up an Instagram video where he was saying they had whistles at their shop. And Janice and I just repeat this line from him over and over again, because he was like, yeah, those guys out there, one day we're going to do a Nuremberg. When this is all over, we're going to do a Nuremberg. We're going to get all those guys. We're going to do a Nuremberg. And Janice and I often will just turn to each other and go, we're going to do a Nuremberg when they're fucking out.
Yeah. There were trials. You guys, at the end of all that, there were trials.
We're going to do a Nuremberg.
We're going to do a Nuremberg. Did I do it?
Was that you did. Okay? That was really good, actually. That was good.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one.
This came out good.
Yeah.
See, that's one voice you could that's a one voice. Are you? I read this book. Mystery. Give me
that one.
Mystery book. So I got to go pack and go to Iceland because I got to go to the airport in about 4 hours.
Yeah, you do. So I'm going to wrap it up by saying this episode of Says Who was made possible by you through your support of our Patreon at patreon.com/sayswho. Thank you for that. It really does make this all happen. You make this all happen, and we appreciate you every single day. Our music was performed by Ted Leo, who is out on the road right now. I believe that his holiday shows with Amy Mann are starting up, and you should go see them because they are a delight. Our logo was designed by Darth. Thank you, Darth. You can contact us. I'm doing this without the notes. You can contact us at SaysWhopodcast.com on Blue Sky, at SaysWho at omfg.town on Mastodon. You can always send an email at hey, that is HEY, at SaysWhopodcast.com. You can join the discussion on Facebook at /group/SaysWhovians. Our Facebook group is moderated by Janice Dillard. Thank you, Janice. There's also the fan-run Discord server at tinyurl.com/SaysWhoDiscord. Whatever you do, leave stars and reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever it is that you listen. And if you haven't left a review before, do it. It's great. It's a wonderful thing. We've been doing this for so long that I kind of forget sometimes that you should maybe leave a review, but leave a review. Why not? Somebody at Apple will be like, what? This has been here for 9 years and somebody just wrote a review. Give that person a thrill. Anyway, appreciate that. You will see us not this weekend for the Town Watch due to the aforementioned Icelanding, but you will see us next Wednesday, November 19th, for our very next episode. And from Chicago, where we will fight always, and where we're going to do a Nuremberg, I'm Dan Sinker.
And from New York City, where we're going to try to have free buses and things, big trash cans.
Yeah, that's the thing. You all realized you learned where to put trash, and now you're just putting trash away. Throwing away the trash at Cuomo.
Oh, well, we are doing that.
Yeah, come on.
Except he's trying to run for Jerry Nadler's seat now.
I love it. This guy, embarrass him for a third time.
He absolutely will not go away.
I love it. It's perfect.
But yeah, from Iceland. And also, if you have any thoughts on the whole thing I said about the food pantry, Discord or something, I'll look on both Facebook and on the Discord to see if anybody has any ideas about how to organize it and services I can sell, but no feet pics. Okay. Because even though that foot perv thought I had okay feet, that's all you get.
There is a strip mall near us, Maureen, that has like a Dick's Sporting Goods and a Michael's. So we end up going there every now and then. They have a store, and I think it might be a chain, but it's called the Good Feet Store. And I think of you every time I pass the Good Feet store.
Okay, feet. You know what though? If some foot perv wanted feet pics for food, I will do feet pics for food.
Oh no! Oh no!
Feet pics for food.
Oh, no.
Got to make money for the food.
This has been Says Who.
Oh, those signed books may be a better option, or Zoom calls.
Definitely.
The feet are extra. Feet cost extra.
I just don't think you should go down that route.
$1,000 for food is, like, look. Feet for food has a good ring.
Oh no!
You have to realize though they're not good. They're okay feet at best.
They're only okay.
Yeah, that was generous. That was a generous assessment. Thanks, Perv.